Welcome back, MG fam, to our Master Series here on NBA 2K11, and as you guys can see, it's January 4th, 2017, and we're still trying to iron out the kinks here in Season 7. So after the addition of LaMarcus Aldridge, our team has somewhat balanced itself out, but we still have a long way to go. And currently in our division, the Grizzlies are in first place, ahead of us by 5 games. They're the only team above 500 in our division, and we're having a rough time on the road with a record of 3-9. So the road games have been pretty tough for us. We gotta, sew up that thing on the defensive end, and we may have to make another move before the trade deadline. So now we're gonna slide over to the league stat leaders. And speaking of the Grizzlies, you got Johnny Flynn leading the whole league with 28 points per game. So you can see he out there running the show by himself, followed by Brandon Jennings, who is in second place with 26 points per game. And then you have Curry in third place, followed by Melo and KD. So we're not the only team trying to get things right. Right before the trade deadline, you had the Hornets making a couple of trades. They gave away Kenneth Godfrey and a second-round pick to the Cavs for Brandon Wright. Going into the season, the Hornets had too many point guards. You got Kenneth Godfrey, Chris Paul, Mike Conley, and John Wall. So they had to give up a couple of PGs. And they also gave up Henry Carson for the Hawks, Jordan Crawford, and Tyler Hansborough. So things are kind of like sorting themselves out over there in the East. And the Celtics giving up Carlos Boozer and Wilson Gibbs for the Portland Trail Blazers, Idea Ejiofor, and their next year first round pick. So the month of December was a busy one, as we seen a lot of free agents being signed, starting off with Henry Jenkins going to the Timberwolves, Kirk Reeves, the former Celtic, heading to the Suns, Elliott Williams heading to the Bucks, and Willie Horsley, the former Grizzly, heading to the Kings. And last but not least, the former Spur, Gus Walton, going to the Warriors. So on the injury side of things, a lot has happened when it came to injuries, but the most notable player that's down right now is Paul George, who is currently out with a torn MCL. He's going to miss 6 to 8 weeks, and that will hurt the Magic. Hopefully they can hold it together until he comes back. So now we're going to slide on to our first game in this video, which will be up against the Raptors, who missed the playoffs last season. They're currently 19-15, and Russ has turned this team around in his first year, along with the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Anthony Randolph. All he needed was that point guard to put this team back into playoff contention. And coming out early, you had the Raptors turning it over on their first possession. So we got Hines here. Gonna kick it over to Lambert, and Lambert working Hugh Bryant. Can he get a shot up? He does, and Bryant ended up fouling the guy. So you can see Lambert is having a pretty good season so far, 14 points per game. He's been a great addition to our squad. And at the line, he catches in his first free throw, and the second one is good as well. All right, so currently up 2-0. You can see Russ is coming off a 42-point game. We're going to try to limit his points tonight. And another turnover by the Raptors. They can't get it together so far. And we got my boy Hines running to the rack, pulling the jumper, and he gets his first set of points. All right, so Hines is back with it once again, kicking it down to Whiteside. And Whiteside posting up the Defensive Player of the Year, Anthony Randolph, and he got that basket. So Whiteside got his hands full today with one of the best defenders in the league. And you can check out Bargnani missing that three-pointer, but check out Hugh Bryant pulling the offensive board down. All right, so we're still up, this time by 4, kicking it down to Whiteside, and Whiteside flushed it on Anthony Randolph. Anthony Randolph, he wasn't expecting Whiteside to come out balling like this. And Floyd pulls a jumper from the corner, and he made his first shot of the game. And Bargnani is posting up my boy Whiteside, and Whiteside couldn't stop him that time. All right, so Hines with it, kicking it over to Newman, and Newman cashes in the first three-pointer of the game. And there goes Randolph working Aldridge. But he couldn't get that one, and a great rebound from Aldridge. We're pushing the issue, and Hines will throw the alley to Lambert, who finished with a one-handed jam. All right, so out here with a few seconds left on the shot clock, my boy Whiteside couldn't cash that one in, but Waters coming off the bench, giving us a quick basket there. And Whiteside would try to fade her once again, and he drains that one that time. So we're up 29-17, a great start for our squad. And Whiteside once again working his magic down in the low post. And the pick is set by Whiteside. We gave it to him, and they can't slow the guy down. So DeRozan ended up turning it over here, and Bassey picks it up, and Hines finished it at the other end. So we're going to slide to the second quarter. We're still up by double digits, and we got Chapman kicking it over to Soto to start this thing off, and Soto jammed that one. So they're going to kick this one down to Bargnani, and Bargnani hopping into the paint, getting another basket. Yo, Bargnani still out here showing that he's a valuable player. And Maurice Spates goes up this time, and he got the foul in the basket. So we're only up by single digits here. DeMar DeRozan kicks that one to Bargnani, who drains the three-pointer. So the lead has been trimmed. And down bottom, you got Aldridge kicking it to Whiteside, and Whiteside with another basket. That's 19 points with 6 minutes left in the first half. And Newman couldn't finish that one, but we got it over to Bassey for 3. Those second chance points comes in handy. And there goes Russ. With a few seconds left, he steps back, pulls the jumper, and he cashes in one. So up by 6 here. We're going to try to get this thing down to Aldridge, and he got blocked from behind by Hugh Bryant, and Schroeder kicks this one over to J.R. Smith, and J.R. Smith flies at the other end, and Russ kicks that one over, and J.R. Smith from 3 coming off the bench, giving his team some valuable minutes. And we're going to try to extend our lead here, only up by 3, and Soto got a jam again, baby. Can't stop him on the inside. And check out Newman missing that three-pointer, and Russ with the big board slinged it up to Smith, Smith to Schroeder, and Schroeder flying as well. So they're running that fast break to perfection. And Smith going to kick this one down to Spates, and Spates cashing in another one down bottom. All right, so Newman waiting on a pick. He got it, and he's going to pull a fader. Couldn't cash that one in. Big rebound for Spates. J.R. Smith with it. He will kick it over to Floyd, and Alex Floyd with the layup. So going into halftime, we found ourselves down by 1 point, 55-54, man. We gave up a huge lead in that second quarter, so out here in the third, we're going to try to get it back. And check out Hines kicking it over to Aldridge. Aldridge waiting on the pick. The 2 big boys working the pick and roll, and Whiteside almost lost that one, but he still jammed it on both of their guys. And Russ is going to pull a fader. Good D that time, and Newman with the rebound. We're leading the rebound category by 5, and Hines is pushing this thing, and he will kick it over. Newman in his favorite spot. He drains a 3, and there goes Hines once again with a few seconds left on the shot clock. He will go all the way to the rack. Great take from my guy. We're up by 5 here, and Newman caught DeRozan slipping, and he drains the mid-range jumper. And there goes Lambert kicking that one over to Newman, and Newman caught fire here in the third quarter. We're back up by 9. And look at the nice dish to J.R. Smith, man. J.R. Smith is their 3rd best shooting guard, and he's out here giving these guys some great baskets. And look at Newman going to the rack. He has 14 points on 5 for 12 shooting. And Lambert is going to kick this one over. And my boy Whiteside, what was that? And there goes DeRozan at the other end, contact and all, and he bangs that one in. So we're up by 3 only. DeRozan will kick that one down to Randolph, and Randolph drains that one. So Frazier up top. He's going to kick that one over to DeRozan, and DeRozan went right to the rack, no contest, and he lays that one up. His team is up by 1, and the pick is set this time by Aldridge. He's going to kick it down to him, and that's an automatic basket for us, baby. And Nicholas Frazier up top, once again, kicking that one over to Alex, and Alex Floyd with the layup. Great take to the rack, and Frazier going to kick this one over to DeRozan, and DeRozan knocks down the midi. So we're down by 3 right now. Only a few seconds left in the third, and Randolph cashed that one in, put his team up by 5. Going into the fourth quarter, we're coming back, and we're going to try to attack in the paint. And a big jam that time from Whiteside. And then DeRozan has it here. He jams it. Yo, DeRozan is going off. He was the last guy we expected to take off here in the second half. And then they're going to kick it to him once again. Aldridge trying to keep up. He's a little too quick. Yo, DeRozan turning on the clutch gene. And there goes DeRozan once again, going to the rack, contact and all. The guy can't miss. All right, so we're down by 7 here. DeRozan pulls a fader. He misses that one. Great rebound from Aldridge. We're still leading the rebounding category, but we're down in the point category. And Newman from the corner drains a 3, and we're back in it within 4. And DeRozan hops into the paint once again. Great D from everybody, but he still made it. That's 14 points in the second half for the guy who only had 2 in the first. And the nice shoulder roll fader that time from Aldridge got us within 4 once again, but Alex Floyd from the corner misses that one. But DeRozan grabbing boards over the big man and putting it up. The guy is still going crazy. And Alex Floyd with it once again. He's going to try to take it to the rack, and yo, this team can get to the basket with ease. And Bassey with it once again, kicks it over to Newman. Newman, few seconds left, pulled out one. Great D from J.R. Smith, but he got burnt, baby. Let's go. All right, so DeRozan using his speed once again. Nice floater that time. He has 20 in the game right now. And there goes the dish to my boy Aldridge, which was intercepted, and Underwood will go all the way to the rack and gets his team the basket. So with less than 4 minutes left, we're down by 9. And DeMar DeRozan is using our big men. They're too slow for him. He taking them to the rack with ease. And Alex Floyd will pull this three-pointer and he drains it. He has 18. So this team right here is very deep, bro. Very deep with talent. And Russell Westbrook didn't have to do much today on the scoring end, and his team still won the game. So the final score was 117-106, and the player of the game was DeMar DeRozan, who scored 20 points in the second half. Crazy stuff. And our leading scorer was Hassan Whiteside, who had 30 points and 7 boards. Newman finished with 24, and Lambert had 14, Hines 14, and Aldridge with a double-double, 10 and 14. But a bad night of shooting for him. So we're going to slide on to our next game against the Warriors, who are currently 25-1. This roster featured a lot of the same players from last year, along with the recent signing of Gus Walton coming off the bench. We're heading to the West Coast, and we're going to try to get a dub this time. So we're going to kick this one down to Whiteside early, and Whiteside flushing it, baby. Coming off a big game against the Toronto Raptors where we lost, but he's going to try to make a statement tonight. So a nice 3 that time from Fernandez, and you got Babbitt kicking it down to Bogut, and Bogut just drop step through our guy Whiteside. He didn't even put his hands up, bro. Come on, man. So Whiteside once again with another jam. Yo, we'll take that. We love it when he gets to the rack with ease. Bogut's going to try Aldridge this time. Good deep, but the basket still goes in. All right, so you got Mitchell pushing it up court, kicking that one over to the boy Curry, and Curry fader. Yo, making everybody look crazy out there. So they're up by 5 right now. We're going to kick it up to Bassey from 3. He couldn't get that one. Big rebound from Bogut, and Curry kicking it up court, and Udo held on to that one somehow, and he made the basket. And there goes Curry kicking that one over to Babbitt, over to Mitchell in the corner, and he drained the 3 ball. So Curry is up top with it. Got it to Mitchell. Back down to Bogut. Come on, Whiteside, do something this time. Bogut is just using our guy. So Curry with it once again. Gus Walton in for the first time today. But Curry hops in the paint. He said, I don't even need the big man right now. So Curry up top. Hines, one of the best defenders in the game. He going to have to contain Curry, but he couldn't that time. And Curry got his team up by 14. So Mitchell kicking it down to Gus Walton. Gus Walton on Soto. The former Spur goes up and gets his first basket of the game. So we're going into the second quarter down huge, man. Down huge. And up top, they're going to kick that one over to Babbitt. And Babbitt working off those screens like Klay Thompson. And there goes Aldridge. You got to get in the paint, baby. Do something, Fader. He knocks it down. So we're down by 17 here, and we got my boy Hines. He's going to take it to the rack on Curry. Curry is not a great defender, so we're going to have to take advantage of that. And Curry is going to try to take advantage of our boy Hines. And Hines with great defense that time, and he misses that one, and Aldridge goes up the court, and we kick it over to Burke. And Burke from 3. Let's go, baby. We got this thing within 10, and Bogut down bottom with it. Trying to go up, good defense, and he still made it. This guy has some great footwork, bro. And on the next possession, their point guard missed that one, and they got the rebound back, and Bogut still drained it. Yo, somebody has to contain that guy. So Chapman is in here waiting on the pick from Aldridge. Aldridge down bottom. Let's get it, baby. The dunk on Udo, that was crazy. And then they're going to try to kick that one up to Singletary, and Singletary right to the rack. We reach, he teach, and at halftime, we're down huge, 54-39. So here in the third quarter, my boy Hines kicked it over to Whiteside, mid-range jumper, goes in, baby. So let's try to get back into this thing. We're looking bad, and look at Aldridge with a big jam that time. We're gonna see if Bogut can be stopped here, up, under, and he still got the basket. So down by 16, seeing like we can't crack this lead, but Lambert ended up draining the basket for us there. And Curry's with it once again. He gonna pull a fader. Didn't even use the pick, really. He only has 11 points. We were able to contain him, but everybody else is going off. And my boy Hines went to the rack, got his 6-pointer of the game, and Newman, all the time in the world, still missed that one, but Aldridge put it in for us. And Hines is going to pull a fader this time, missed that one, but Aldridge with the board, goes up, got contact and all, and he has 14 points. And Curry is going to try to work his way into the paint. Good defense from Lambert, and Curry still made the basket, bro. Still made the basket. So we're going to kick this one over to Newman, and Newman from 3 drains that one. Let's go. And their lead has been cut to single digits, baby. So Curry is up here, but Udo ended up climbing the ladder on our guy Waters. Waters, you got to get right, bro. These guys are not playing out here in the NBA. And check out Lambert draining a midi that time, and Curry will pull a 3 off the pick, and he drained that one. So Curry has 19 points now, and Curry with it once again from 3. Yo, we got to get out there on that guy because he will make you pay. And here in the fourth quarter, you got Landry with it. Landry kicking it back up to Singletary. Singletary hopping into the paint. We're not worried about him shooting it. We got to stop him from penetrating. And Babbitt drains a big 3 at the shot clock buzzer, and we're back down huge, man. 12 points to be exact, and Bogut is still making us pay. And there goes Chapman pushing it. Got it over to Newman. Newman, 3 ball. Let's go, man. Let's get something going. And there goes Hines. We're down by 13. We're going to kick it over to Snow, the former Miami Heat, and he drained a 3-pointer. That's what we signed that kid for, to come in off the bench and hit some 3 balls for us. And Babbitt said, I will answer right back with a 3 of my own. And Curry, he's currently cold, but he will heat up here, and he now has 25 points. And Hines will kick this one back up to Aldridge. Aldridge from 3, and Aldridge hit his first 3-pointer of the game. He now has 22 points. And Bogut, once again, that's a 30-piece for the kid. And we got Hines kicking this one over to Lambert, and Lambert from 3 drains 1. We're trying to get back into this thing, but we only have a minute and some change left, and Hines got that steal and jammed it at the other end. And Hines with it once again, kicking it over to Newman from way deep, and that was an air ball, and Babbitt has it here. He will kick it over to Mitchell, mid-range jumper, buckets. So Babbitt with it once again. Bogut working his magic once again, and he got another one, man. So that wraps up that game. So 2 losses in 1 video. I thought we were getting back on track, but we couldn't contain Andrew Bogut. 34 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 blocks. This guy here playing like his life on the line. But our leading scorer was LaMarcus Aldridge with 24. Whiteside had 19. We had 2 players with double-doubles, but we needed our backcourt to come alive. You can see Elmo Newman, 4 for 22, bro. That's ridiculous. When will this kid find some consistency? I do not know. So even after adding LaMarcus Aldridge to our team, it still looks like we need to make one more move before the trade deadline to gain some consistency. But as always, man, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Hit that like button, that notification bell, and subscribe to the channel, man. It's your boy McGruff, and I'm out of here. 1.